Tense. All right. So protein synthesis is the process of making proteins. Well, folks, let's back up a step and talk about what proteins are. Proteins, like I said, of all the things in the universe, in my opinion, these are the most amazing. Because life could not exist without them, because they're impossibly complicated and our cells crank them out at an unbelievable rate with unbelievable accuracy. Proteins are chains of, anybody remember what the monomer is for proteins? Chains of, you got it?
Amino acids?
Yes, indeed. Blake rocking it out. Chains of amino acids that fold to make shapes. You'll never find a definition like this. To make shapes and do stuff. They are really complex. Okay. Fold to make shapes and do stuff. Okay. Examples of proteins. And this is just a few. There are structural proteins. Like collagen fibers in bone, keratin.
Can you move it up a little?
Oh, sorry, yeah. Keratin, which makes your your hair. That's what your hair is made of, and your fingernails.
I thought it was biotin.
That's
the first
I don't think so. Okay, so collagen fibers in bone, keratin, and hair and fingernails. There's tons of different stuff. Okay, but my favorite of all these examples of proteins, and there's several other ones too. These are my main two. Are these enzymes? Yes. I'm going to go ahead and make an exclamation point here because those are so awesome. These are proteins that catalyze reactions. Oh, catalyze, L-Y-Z, reactions. Basically, catalyze, fancy word for make them go. Like reactions that wouldn't normally happen on their own, enzymes make them happen at an alarming rate. It's like, picture this. Let's say I took a cap off of a marker and I filled this room up floor to ceiling with water. I let the cap go and I let the marker go. And I put like a fan in here that didn't get electrocuted, that would somehow circulate the water. How long do you think it would take in this classroom for this marker to line up with this cap if they're just randomly floating around this room and then do this?
Never.
Probably never. They may, in 400 years from now, be like, oh, yeah, oh. And then maybe in another 1,000 years, oh, man. Oh, maybe in 50,000 years, if the fan doesn't quit, somehow we got electricity going there. Just kidding. It didn't. So, because in order for this cap to go on this marker, it has to line up exactly like that, and it has to have energy applied to do that. Folks, that's what enzymes do. They'll go in throughout the cells, and they'll grab the pieces that they need, stick them together, and seal them to do their job. Some enzymes build things, some enzymes tear stuff apart. Examples. And I just realized that there's like a whole series in here, but Examples. Give me some examples of enzymes that you're aware of, like from your paper that you just wrote.
Wait, what?
Yes, I like that you call it helicase. I think it's actually called helicase, but helicase as an enzyme that unzips bases in DNA replication. Okay, what else?
Primase.
Yeah, primase. What did it do?
That's the primer for, I think, the lagging strand.
Yeah, so it laid down RNA primers. Yeah. Puts down RNA primers. Okay? And then there was polymerase. DNA polymerase. DNA polymerase creates new DNA what? Starts with an S. You got the two, yeah, DNA strands and replication. That's its job. It's creating new DNA strands and replication. Okay, so those are the jobs of these things. And this is just a few. There are thousands of enzymes at work in us right now, doing all kinds of things. Okay? But basically, when you think of these guys, think of them as, and this is weird to think about because they're not living. Okay? They are molecules with jobs. They actually go to work, which is weird because they're not alive, but they just do these things. They're like machines, they're like robots that are getting stuff done and living things. All because the amino acids were put together in the right order for them to do that job. They really are probably the most amazing thing, in my opinion, in the known universe. Okay, all right. So, how do we get them? Okay, well, to get the right protein, sure. Right there?
That's so mean.
So logically, gang, to get the right protein, we have to put what in the right order? Well, what are proteins made of again? Blake?
Amino acids.
Amino acids, yes. Thank you, multiple Blakes. Okay. To get the right protein, we have to put the amino acids in the right what?
In the right
sequence or order. Uh-huh.
Can we put order?
Yeah. I'm going to put it too. We have to put the amino acids in the right sequence or order. Okay?
What?
So like, for example, I've got this protein powder here. Okay? Advanced whey protein. Protein. Here are some names of... You can't see it super well. I'll read them to you because it's fuzzy. Histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, phenylalanine, threonine, tryptophan, valine. These are all types of amino acids, okay? But what makes one protein different from another protein is the order that they're put in. Now, in a protein shake like this, they're all chopped up into the amino acid part, so our body can put them straight to work to make our own proteins and build muscle and stuff, okay? But here, there's all kinds of things. If we want to make helicase or primase or DNA polymerase or beta-galactosidase or any of the other ones, salivary amylase, like right now, some of you are eating stuff, some of you are thinking about eating, you're producing saliva. In your saliva is an enzyme that chops up carbohydrates into their little pieces so your stomach can digest them. Okay. Oh, here's another enzyme. I don't know what its name is, but have you ever eaten fresh pineapple? It hurts. If you eat a bunch of it, it hurts. That's because the pineapple eats you back. Yeah. Yeah, that tingly sensation in your mouth is an enzyme in pineapple that actually breaks down proteins. So it's breaking down the proteins in the cells in the inside of your mouth, which is why it feels tingly. Okay? Yeah. That's what that is. Now, here's the deal, gang. Pineapple from the can doesn't do that. Because pineapple from the can has been heated up and pasteurized. And the enzymes denature. They break down. So they no longer do that job. Okay? But here's you ever had like pineapple in Jell-O before?
No. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. Maybe you don't like it. If you ever try to put pineapple, fresh pineapple into Jell-O, it will never set up. Ever. Because the enzymes in the pineapple will eat up the little gelatin proteins. Every time they try to set up, it'll munch them apart. Yeah. So, all right. Okay. So here's the deal, gang. DNA exists to put the amino acids
Mr. Haley.
in the right order.
Miss Harper Lee died.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just thought you should.
Did you see it too?
What now?
Harper Lee died.
Oh, To Kill a Mockingbird?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I always thought
Did
she
you guys
was a dude.
just get a notification about it or something?
No, I just saw it on Facebook.
Yeah,
Oh.
they saw it on Facebook, so it's probably not
Why are
true.
you on
Harper
Facebook
Lee.
during class?
No, it was on MSN. I was just on my
Okay.
computer.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, wait, why are you?
DNA exists to put the amino acids in the right order. Okay? All right. So here's the deal. This is the big picture. Protein synthesis happens in 2 steps. Happens in 2 steps. First one is called transcription. We're going to end right after this, folks. Ha. I thought you liked my lecture. Transcription. The second one is called translation.
I don't either. I brought my F to D.
I did too.
Did you hear that, viewers at home? They brought their F's to D's.
Oh, I have A's in all my other classes.
Okay. Please let me go ahead and finish this video. Okay, transcription. Here's the issue. DNA can't leave the nucleus of the cell unless the cell's dividing. But the stuff that needs the code for DNA is outside of the nucleus. So what happens is this. What happens is we have a little mRNA. mRNA stands for messenger. mRNA copy is made from DNA. It's like basically we took one of the books from the gigantic library, okay?
Okay.
And we made just a really small copy, just a copy of like one of the pages of one of the books that had some instructions we needed. Let's say in our high school library of all the books we have there may be a recipe book for making homemade bread. And you want that recipe. Yeah, we did. And you take that book to the copy machine, stick it in there, copy that page, put the book back because you don't need the whole book. Take that copy out with you. That would be like mRNA. The little M stands for messenger because it's the thing that actually gets to leave the nucleus. Okay? After it gets out, that little piece meets up with something called a ribosome. And remember that ribosomes actually make proteins. Remember that from our earlier unit. What happens is this. Okay? Ribosome reads mRNA and makes a protein. So that's the two processes, the two steps basically into making proteins. That's how proteins are made in cells. That's how our cells are able to keep, maintain, build the machinery they need to do what they do, is these two steps right here in protein synthesis.
Did you say that mRNA is the messenger?
mRNA stands for messenger.
What?
Now, I'll end with a little song here for you. Okay? Now, do you guys remember the 4 bases in DNA? Adenine,
Thymine.
thymine, cytosine,
Guanine.
guanine. Okay? RNA doesn't have thymine. It has uracil. So here's a little ditty for you. mRNA, mRNA, how lovely are your bases. Though DNA has bases still, there's none as cool as uracil. mRNA, mRNA, how lovely are your bases. Join us for our next episode where we talk about transcription.